Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Legendary video. So today we're going to be going over, that's zooming in, zooming out. We're going to look at the new expansion for Marvel Legendary. It's our Infinity Saga expansion, so we're going to take a look at this. We'll do an unboxing of it and go over the cards and the rules and stuff. I did, for the most part, do my best to keep it like a surprise for me. I did look at some of the updates, like the blog posts, and on the back of this I got spoiled for one of the, not spoiled for one of the heroes, but I mean, yeah, kind of spoiled for one of the heroes. So we'll just read the back. It says Thanos and his Black Order have assembled an army for land assault on Earth, and the Avengers assemble everyone they can to resist him. It's an all-out war. Can these superheroes withstand the awesome power of the Infinity Gauntlet and the Infinity Saga expansion? The Earth's Avengers will be joined by Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and more, as half the universe's population hangs in the balance. So I know that Captain Marvel's in this. I know that Bruce Banner, Doctor Strange, and Black Panther. And on the back, here's Wanda and Vision. And I know that Thanos is a mastermind. And I know, so I'll be interested to see what we got here. So I'm going to set these aside. I'm going to get this out of the way. Got our rule sheet here. So I'm going to be just kind of briefly, I'll leave this here if you guys want to read this, but I'm going to kind of just go over, this is just some fun stuff about the text, about what happened in the film. So they're talking about here the stuff with Endgame. So, okay, so higher variety of cards per hero. So to cover the epic scope of both movies, each hero in the set has a wider variety of cards other than the normal 1 rare, 2 uncommons, and 3 commons. I'm sorry. They have 1 rare, 2 copies, each of 2 uncommons, and 3 copies of 3 uncommons. So instead of being 1, 3, 5, and 5, they're 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, which is fine by me. Endgame. So this is one of the things, the card that I kind of tweeted out, or teased out last time. This little card here, and I'll explain exactly what this is going to be for our playthroughs, is that it's a keyword representing how the children of Thanos attack most fiercely in their final battles of their endgame, the destruction of the Avengers, Wakanda, half of all life, and eventually all life in the universe. So then I may say things like endgame plus 3 attacks. So in endgame, when it's endgame whenever the villain deck holds 8 cards per player or fewer, and they talk about here later in here I saw, if you're playing with endgame abilities, you may find it easier to count 8 cards per player from the bottom of the villain deck and put the bottom section of the villain deck to the side of the rest of the villain deck, or keep the villain deck in one stack but turn it 90 degrees. What I'm going to do is stick this in between the 8th and 9th card. So basically as we're playing, and then when this comes up, when the Infinity Gauntlet card comes up, we know it's the end game, and we can just put it out. We know that now status doesn't matter when there's end game. So this is what this is for. This is my end game token essentially. So we'll see that in the playthrough. I just got this off eBay. Kind of a cool card. So that's going to be my end game token there to know when the things are going. Our next word is sacrifice. So some heroes may say like blue, sacrifice, take another turn for this one. Don't play a card from the villain deck. This means you may KO this card to use its sacrifice ability only if you play a blue hero. So sacrificing goes optional. You don't have to use sacrifice ability and KO the card. But you can KO a card to do that. We've got phasing back from the previous set, one of the previous sets. So you can swap the top card off either with swap the top card off for that card for another card, and then we have, let's see, multi-class cards. So we're back to like multiple colors. We've got divided cards. Thanos and the Infinity Stones. No matter which mastermind you use, the Infinity Stone villain group represents the mastermind fighting to seize the control of the stones. While heroes work to stop them in the movies, even dozens of Avengers fail to stop Thanos from collecting all 6 Infinity Stones and erasing half the life. According to both Thanos and his Infinity Stone villain group, are intentionally extremely difficult to defeat. Do not be surprised if you find this especially challenging. Okay, so there's some kind of things here. It says Stonekeeper and Nebula Stone Seeker are both part of the Infinity Stones villain group and are both counted as Infinity Stones for all purposes. And then remember, in a one-player game, you don't have to use a Mastermind's always lead ability like any Mastermind in a one-player group. If you use Thanos with a different villain group, his abilities refer to finishes will apply to whichever villain group you use. Yes. Okay. All pretty standard stuff. Let's get that out of the way, and let's open these up. So maybe we can go with the schemes. Are they perforated? Not perforated, but they have a little pull tab. I don't know. Let's do this. And so we'll share the schemes first, and then I want in the comments below what we normally do if this is the first time you see me in unboxing video for a set. What I like to do on these small sets is pick 2 of the 4 schemes. I'm assuming did we get that? 100 characters, 2 masterminds, 2 villain groups, and 5 heroes. 100 cards. 2 masterminds, 2 villain groups, 5 heroes, and it should be 4 schemes. Let me know in the comments which 2 schemes you'd like to see. I can't get this open. I cannot get this open. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at those first. Actually, give me a minute. I'm gonna unwrap the other one and I'll sort everything out, and then we can look at it. Okay, so let's first take a look at let me get this knife put away. Take a look at these schemes. So the first one we have is warp reality into a TV show. Oh, they're doing Wanda Vision. Even though it's like an Infinity War screenshot. That's kind of funny. The setup is 11 twists. The rightmost city space represents TV shows from the 50s. The space on its left is 60s and 70s. The city in those 3 spaces... Wait. The city is only those 3 spaces. The HQ is only the 3 spaces beneath them. Move the mastermind and officer deck to mark the city's edge. Okay, so we have 3 city spaces. Twist 1 through 4 as another TV show space appears on the left side, representing the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and then another HQ space appears beneath. So we go from 3 to 7 by the end of it. Twist 5 through 11 is destroy the rightmost TV space in the HQ beneath it. KO any hero in the HQ space, push him forward, move the villain deck and hero deck to mark that, and then evil wins when all of TV is destroyed. Why'd they pick that one? That's kind of an odd one for... And then Falcon's in the picture. That's an interesting one. That's like Wanda Vision. It's basically Wanda Vision. Huh. Interesting. I mean, I'm not against it, obviously. It's just kind of an odd choice because the rest of these are all Infinity War. And let me tell you, I know people don't like the art, like the movie captions. They really don't bother me except for this. Like putting this on like in the middle of the image kind of bothers me a bit. I wish it was a tad bit smaller, but it is what it is. Oh look, and this says 2022. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. The time heist. Set up 11 twists. Use 4 heroes in the villain deck plus 4 other heroes to make a past hero deck. Above the board, make room for an alternate city called the past. It is the normal city. I'm sorry. It has the normal 5 spaces from sewers to bridge. The past has its own past HQ, filled by the past hero deck. To start, play as if the past city HQ and hero deck doesn't exist, and then twist 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Till the next twist, move the villains next to the past and play as if the past city HQ and hero deck exist, while the normal city HQ and hero deck don't exist. Use the normal decks and spaces for everything except the city HQ and hero deck. Twist 10 evil wins. That is going to be crazy. So you use 8 heroes total, 4 and 4, and then you just jump back between which ones you can use. Huh. That might be a lot of fun. All right, we've got Sacrifice for the Soul Stone. Twist equal to the number of players plus 4, so 5 for solo. You may KO one of your non-gray heroes and one of your gray heroes to sacrifice for the Soul Stone. If you do, draw 3 cards, shuffle this twist back into the villain deck, then play another card from the villain deck. If you don't, stack a hero from the HQ next to the Mastermind, sacrifice for the Soul Stone, and then it says, when the Mastermind has sacrificed 5 heroes for the Soul Stone, evil wins. That one might be kind of rough too. Oh, interesting. And then finally, we have all of the universe, all life in the universe, sorry. We have 5 twists. Choose 3 heroes from the HQ and KO them on twists 1, 3, and 5. Twist 2 and 4 is deal the hero deck into 2 face-down piles as equally as possible and KO one of them. And then when the hero deck or the villain deck runs out, evil wins. That's pretty straightforward there. All right. So we've got the schemes. So let me know again down below in the comments like which 2 schemes you guys want to see playthroughs for. What typically we do is do 1 playthrough with 1 mastermind, the 1 of the villain groups, 3 of the heroes, and then we'll do the second playthrough with the other mastermind, the other villain group, the 2 remaining heroes, and then one of the ones from before. So let's actually just get into, we'll get into the masterminds first. So we know about Thanos, but I'm interested in Ebony Maw. Ebony Maw's the mastermind. He's got endgame 4. So remember, last 8 cards in the deck, he goes +4. He always leads Children of Thanos. His master strike is it is the endgame. It is the endgame this turn. Each player reveals their hand and discards their highest cost hero. If it's already endgame, KO those heroes. Okay. Then we have, why did it's not focused here? There we go. We have his first tactic here, which is your powers are quaint. Fight. Each of the player chooses a hero class, then reveal their cards and discard all non-gray heroes that aren't that class. Endgame. Then they also discard all gray heroes. We've got you may think this is suffering. Fight. Each other player reveals a red hero gains a wound. Endgame. Then each other player reveals a blue hero gains a wound. So multi-class heroes are going to come in really good. Come in really good there. Smile. Even in death. KO up to 2 of your heroes. Endgame. Then KO up to 1 of your heroes from your discard pile. And then finally we have Hear Me and Rejoice. We've got when you draw a new hand of cards at the end of the turn, draw 2 extra cards. And then it says if it's endgame, same effect, but 3 cards instead. So that's just like a nice, more positive one. And then the Children of Thanos. So we'll do that, which will be this. We've got all different cards. Great. Okay, so we have Proxima Midnight. Endgame +3. Ambush. If it is endgame this turn, it is endgame this turn. If it was already endgame, then each player reveals a yellow hero gains a wound. We've got Corvus Glaive, endgame +3. Ambush, if it's endgame this turn, it is endgame this turn. If it was already endgame, each player KOs a bystander from the victor pile, gains a wound. We've got Cold Obsidian, +3. Ambush, if it is endgame this turn, it was already the endgame. Each player reveals a hero, cost 6 or more, gains a wound. We have Outrider Threshers. Endgame 2, KO one of your heroes, then choose any number of heroes in the HQ, put them on bottom of hero deck. We've got Chitauri Gorilla, endgame +2, ambush, captures a bystander. These are some high level, well maybe those are like kind of high victory point cards. We've got Endless Armies of Chitauri, +2, endgame, fight, KO one of your heroes, and reveal top card of the villain deck if it's a Children's Thanos villain, and Endless Armies of Chitauri re-enters the sewers. We've got Outrider Dropship, endgame 2, ambush, a villain worth 2, 3, or 4 victory points in any player's victory pile enters the city. Ugh. And finally, we have Outriders, endgame 2, fight, you may KO a card from your discard pile. Alright. Nice. Next, we're going to look at Thanos. Oh, Epic Sides. Hold on, let's look at Epic Sides. I always forget this. Epic Side for Ebony Maw. He's 10 attack, endgame 5. If it is the endgame this turn, each player reveals their hand and KO the highest cost hero. If it was already endgame, play another card from the villain deck. So in this one, it's endgame this turn, but this one, oh, it is endgame this turn. Okay. Man, that's rough. Okay, so we have Thanos. He's 11 attack. He gets +1 for each Infinity Stone in the city and or escape pile. He always leads Infinity Stones. So like the rule said, if we were putting a different villain group, that villain group is going to create that effect. So if I'm using Spider Foes, then he gets +1 for each of the Spider Foes. That's something that's pretty, I just want to make it clear. That doesn't, technically, I think from Dark City, the Advanced Solo doesn't mention that, but in Villains, when they updated it, that's how I've always played it. But just in case you guys were wondering, yes. He always leaves Infinity Stones, and it says the leftmost city Infinity Stone in the city escapes. Then an Infinity Stone worth 4 victory points enters the city, or Then an Infinity Stone worth 4 victory points enters the city or more from your victory pile. If you didn't have any, each player gains a wound. Then an Infinity Stone worth 4 victory points. I think it's probably worth 4 victory points or more enters the city from your victory pile. I think that's what that means, and it's probably that. And then Thanos wins when he has 6 Infinity Stones have escaped. The epic side's 13. He gets +2 for each one in the city and or escape pile. Is that the other one's like that too, right? Yep. Then the lowest attack Infinity Stone and the city escapes. Then an Infinity Stone worth 4 victory points or more enters the city from your victory pile. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Each player that doesn't have one gains a wound, and the same thing. So then we have his first tactic. You should have gone for the head. KO one of your heroes. If it is not the last tactic, you do not win the game. Oh, if this is the last tactic, you do not win the game. Players must fight Thanos one more time to put the Mastermind card on the victory pile and win the game. Interesting. If this is not the last tactic. So if it is the last tactic, you do win. I'm sorry, if it is the last tactic. So if you get it earlier, then it doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm so confused. We have the snap. Each other player discards half of their cards, destroy half the HQ spaces, then turn heroes face down and mark destroyed spaces. Don't refill them. Holy cow! Each player discards half their cards. So I guess they discard like from their hand, and then destroy half the city spaces round down the losses. So it'd be 2.5. If that's what's left, it'd be 2.5. You round down to 2, so you get 3 left. Holy cow! We have a price to pay. Fight. Each other player discards cards equal to the number of Infinity Stones in the city and or escape pile or gains a wound. And then finally, Destiny appears all the time. Or no, Destiny arrives all the time, sorry. I'm reading from my screen, so it's yeah. Fight. Each other player reveals a hero that costs 7 or more, gains a wound. Okay, oh man. He's going to be pretty fun. Alright, so we've got that. So next we're going to look at the Infinity Stones. So first we have Nebula, Stone Seeker, 4 attack, ambush. Nebula captures a hero from the officer deck or HQ that costs 4 or less, and you fight, either KO that hero or choose the player to gain it, and then it says this card counts as an Infinity Stone. So I wonder if... Does it mention it in here? No, the other villain group's called Infinity Gems. Okay, so I was thinking the Infinity Gems from the Guardian set. So this is Infinity Stone, so it's a different villain group entirely. So they're not interchangeable. We have Stonekeeper, ambush if the Soul Stone is in the city or escape pile. Each player discards a card. If it's in a player's victory pile, that player draws 2 cards. And then fight, KO. Each player KOs on one of their heroes. We next have the Mind Stone. The Mind Stone gets attack equal to the highest cost hero in the HQ. Ambush. All heroes currently in the HQ cost 2 or more. And then fight, gain a hero from the HQ. We've got the Time Stone, endgame 4. Ambush, play another card from the villain deck. Fight, take another turn after this one. Don't play a card from the villain deck. We've got the Soul Stone. Oh, we're going backwards in order of acquisition. The Soul Stone gets +1 for each other villain in the city. Ambush, each player without an Infinity Stone in their victory pile KOs a non-gray hero from their discard pile. And then when you fight, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck, KO one and draw the other. We've got the Reality Stone. The Reality Stone is +1 for each Master Strike in the KO pile and or next attack next to the Mastermind. Ambush, reveal top 2 cards of the villain deck, play a Master Strike from among them, put the rest back in any order. Oh my goodness. And then fight is same effect, but KO the Master Strike instead of playing it. Then whether you KO it or not, put a card from the Bystander stack on top of the villain deck. Okay. That's kind of nice. We've got the Space Stone. It gets +1 for each empty city space. Ambush, the Space Stone captures 3 bystanders. Then move an Infinity Stone from the city to the bridge. If there's a villain already there, swap them. Fight, move or swap any number of villains to other city spaces. And then finally we have the Power Stone. It gets +1 for each other Infinity Stone in the city or escape pile. Ambush. Each player without an Infinity Stone in the victor pile gains a wound. And then fight, KO one of your heroes, and KO a wound from hand or discard pile. Alright. Alright. So let's get into these heroes here. So let's just start. We'll just go in alphabetical order. We got Bruce, Bruce Banner. And we'll go in order of... So we've got his first common, which is going to be Burst of Rage. 1 attack, 1 cost. Sacrifice, you get +3 attack. You may KO a card from your hand or discard pile if you play a green hero. I like that. We get Brains and Brawn. Oh, this is great. And it's combining the black and the green. So that's great because it's tech and strength. 2 attack. You play black and green, you get 2 attack. Straightforward. We've got Hulkbuster Armor. 2 recruit. It says you may KO a wound from your hand or discard pile. If you do so, get 2 recruit. That's great. We have his first uncommon. Hulk gets smashed. That's not nice. He's getting whooped on by Thanos here. 2 attack. You may KO a wound. If you do, KO up to 2 cards from your hand or discard pile. So I really like this because this is like really letting you get rid of stuff. We have Crush Puny Weaklings. 3 attack. Play a black hero. You get +1 attack for each henchman in your victor pile. So potentially in solo, you're going to get 6 attack off of this card. Finally, we have Reverse the Snap. 5 attack Sacrifice. It says gain up to 1 other hero from the KO pile. Then combine your deck and your discard pile. Put all those cards that cost 0 from into your discard pile. Shuffle the rest into your deck. So hold on. So gain up to 1 other hero from the KO pile. Then combine your deck and your discard pile. Put all those cards that cost 0 into your discard pile. And shuffle the rest into your deck. Oh, so you're basically weeding out all your 0 cost cards. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, then... Oh, I guess we had Black Panther first. I didn't do that alphabetical. I goofed. Okay. So we've got his first card, which is going to be black and red. Play a red hero, draw 2. Okay, that's great. Draw a card. We've got his next one, which is a red hero, red-yellow. If you have all 5 clear classes, you get +3 attack. Well, that's awesome. Avengers Reassemble. We've got his next common, which is going to be green and yellow. Great many lives lost. Sacrifice, keep up to 2 cards per hand, discard pile. That's awesome. Just 2 recruit. We have his first uncommon, Council of War. 3 recruit. You get +1 recruit for each multi-hero class. You play a green hero. You may have this card make all attack instead of recruit. So that means that you'll get the 3 attack from the original 3 recruit plus +1 for every multicolor card you have. Other uncommon, Vibranium Nanites. Reveal the top, and it's black and blue. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's multicolor, draw it. Otherwise, put it back or discard it and play a black hero KO that card. And then finally, we have his rare, which is Fateful Return. You get +2 attack for each class you have. So you could make this up to 10. And he's already 4 by himself. That's great. This, he looks like a lot of fun. And he works well. Like you could do, because the other Black Panther, the Black Panther from Secret Wars is multi-classed, the Illuminati one. And then you've also got the Black Panther from the Black Panther set that's multi-classed. So you could do like a Black Panther team and they'd build multi-class and that'd be a lot of fun. We actually may do that. All right. Now we should have Captain Marvel. Ugh. We've got the first common here, Infused by the Tesseract. Draw a card. Endgame. This makes attack instead of recruit. So it's a 1 attack card and draw a card. We've got Return from the Stars. 2 recruit. It's you get if you play a green hero, you get 2 recruit, and then in endgame, this makes all attack instead of all recruit. This is cool. If this is the theme of her deck or her cards, is that basically the beginning of the game, you're going to make all these recruit, and then at the end of the game, all it becomes attack. And it's like they're not wasted. It's not like they're clogging up your deck with like recruit cards you got to get rid of. For the rest of this turn, it's endgame for your heroes. If it was already endgame, you +2 attack. So if it's just for your heroes. So it doesn't make the villains boosted, which is great. And she's green and blue, which is all her other stuff. So that also synergizes nice with other Captain Marvels. We've got Dawning Hope. Draw a card. If you already have drawn a card this turn, draw 2 cards instead. So that's great. And it costs 2. So it's an uncommon that costs 2. We have Moment of Destiny. 4 attack. You get it's green, but if you play a blue hero, you get 2 attack. This card's green, but it's kind of weird on my green screen. So, and then finally we have time to end it, you get +1 attack for each other green and blue hero you've played this turn. If it's endgame, you get 2 attack for each. Holy moly. She'll be fun with like Iceman. But even the other Captain Marvel cards, they'll work really well. I mean, they kind of work well. Like, he'll work well with the other Bruce Banner card, the Bruce Banner card from World War Hulk. Doctor Strange, I'm sure, will work with the other Doctor Stranges. We have Doctor Strange, the Illuminati Doctor Strange. We've got the Avengers Doctor Strange from his set. We have the Venomized Doctor Strange. And we have Doctor Strange, the Punisher's Sorcerer Supreme, Soldier Supreme. So we've got a lot of Doctor Strange things. We also have 3 Captain Marvels now. We have a lot of Hulks and Bruce Banners. And we've got 3 Black Panthers now. So we're kind of getting a lot of the... And I think they picked these heroes probably in particular because if this is probably... The thought is to put this with like the MCU base set. You've got a lot of those heroes in there already. So you're not like doubling up. I mean, Bruce Banner and the Hulk, but Bruce Banner did play a vital role with bringing everybody back. So maybe that's why he was chosen for that. And then these guys are probably... And then like you have the Homecoming set. You've got the Guardians of the Galaxy set. So this is really filling out a lot of the other heroes that are missing from the Infinity Saga when you think about the live action stuff. You've got basically... you don't have War Machine and Falcon. I think that's pretty much it. So anyway, we've got open portals, 1 recruit. If you play a blue hero, you get +2 recruit, and then it got phasing. We've got a yellow defend this dimension. Reveal top card of the villain deck. If it's a villain, you get +2 attack. We've got sift futures, phasing. Choose a hero class. Reveal top card of the villain deck. If it's a hero class you name, draw it. Which works really well with phasing. We've got Invoke the Time Stone, phasing. If you play in 2 recruit, if you play a blue hero, sacrifice. Take another turn after this one. Don't play a card from the villain deck at the start of the turn. We have Bind Evil, 4 attack. Reveal top card of the villain deck. If it's a mass strike, KO that strike. You get +3 attack. Put a card from the bystander deck on top of the villain deck. So this is great because like the Happy Hogan does a good job at doing that too, so this is kind of nice, and it's yellow to match that. And finally, we have 1 in 14,065,065. 5 attack, sacrifice, guess the name of the top card of the villain deck, then reveal it. If you guessed right, draw 6 cards. Ooh. Guess the top card of the villain deck. So obviously you can do that with that card, with that card. So we've got options. Okay. And then finally, we've got Wanda and Vision, and all their cards, a lot of their cards are going to be split. So we have Wanda and Vision. We have to destroy it. Phasing, sacrifice, you get +3 recruit. You may KO a card from your hand or discard pile. You play a black hero. We've got another Wanda and Vision there. Witchcraft, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an odd number card, cost, draw it. 0's even. We've got Hold On, Wanda. 3 cost, 1 attack. You play a red hero, you get +2. Then we got Let Go Vision, 2 recruit, phasing, and then sacrifice, draw 3 cards. You may KO card from your hand, discard pile. We've got their first uncommon, which is going to be Rage. If a hero was put into the KO pile this turn, you get +2 attack. Grief, phasing. If a mass strike was completed this turn, you get +2 recruit. Their second one is going to be Magic. You get +1 attack for each other hero with an odd numbered cost that you played this turn. Science for Vision. It's got phasing. You get 2 attack and then +2 if you play a black hero. And then finally we have Odd Couple. Phasing, 4 attack if you play a blue hero. Reveal top 5 cards of your deck. You can put one of them with an odd number cost into your hand. You may KO one of them, put the rest back in order. So it kind of combines both of their things. All right. So I think that's it. Just to reiterate, these are the schemes, so let me know what you want to do. So we've got all the universe. We've got sacrifice for the time stone. We've got time heist, and we have warp reality into a TV show. Let me know down below which of these schemes you'd like to see for the playthroughs. I'll give it a few days. By Wednesday, so this will be coming out on Sunday. Today, Sunday the 12th. By Wednesday, I'll take whatever you guys have said. basically I'll tally up what you guys have said. If I don't get enough votes, I'll just pick 2. And then so I can get the video out Friday. So the first playthrough will be Friday, and then the second one I'll probably try to get out by Sunday or Tuesday, maybe Tuesday of the following week. They'll be within a week though. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.